We are continuing to get new information in the case against the former Rosarian Academy teacher, accused of having sex with at least 2 of his students. News Channel 5's Alex Sands obtained hundreds of pages of key documents from investigators and broke the story on News Channel.
Kelly stunning at times graphic, explicit information.
That's when 2 teens came forward and told police that back in 2006, when they were in the 4th grade, he'd given them candy and fake cash in exchange for sex. In graphic statements to police, the girls detail oral sex in the classroom during the school day as they hid under his desk, telling investigators if they weren't under his desk every day, it may have been every other. Then there was this, the day the school's principal walked in while they were there. Did she see something? The girls say they aren't sure.
Everything all right? Can I get some water? You need to use the
I'll take some
restroom?
water.
Water? Bill, you need water?
Yeah.
I'm gonna read you your rights.
Am I arrested?
Yes, you know this. You know,
No, I don't know. I got an assumption because.
An arrest for sexual battery on 2 victims. And I'm required to give you your rights before any questioning. Would you like to speak with us? Okay. I'm gonna run and get the bottle of water because you asked me.
Oh, sorry. I'll go home and grab one.
No, it's okay.
I can go back.
It's okay.
At least you get away from the cold.
Yeah, that's true.
Come down to the nice weather.
Yeah. No, this is happening.
So you still with your wife too, or
Then
no?
we've been divorced for 20 years.
Oh, 20 years.
We got
Wow.
divorced in 92.
Yeah, usually when family dynamic like that, when you move to take care of somebody, it usually puts a strain on things.
Yeah, it does.
Financially
Her
too.
sleeping with her boss didn't help either.
Oh. That does.
That played a role.
Oof. Yes. Well, it's usually the financial thing. Trying to take care of the sister and. Well, you look a lot younger than that. It's-
Yeah, you would
I
think
guess
raising 3 kids on my own, I would look older.
Yeah. We're good for having your youngest is 22.
Yeah, they were good kids. They were. It was actually therapeutic for me.
Right. It's good.
They're gonna be devastated about this. They're gonna be freaking devastated about this.
So they were in school or?
No, they're here. One lives in Key West. The other 2 are here in town.
What I missed?
I was just talking to him about liking the West Palm and all that stuff. So he had 3 daughters. Youngest is 22. Middle child still lives with him to take care of another child. Whose child does she take care of?
My youngest, she has a little girl, about 1 year old.
Right. He's from Buffalo.
Left her when I was young.
All right, spell your first and last name for me, please.
Yes,
So, why do you think you're here?
because of all the crap I've been saying today.
Mhm.
The girl has been calling me and accusing me of stuff.
How do you know
She was a student.
her? Okay. Are you teaching now?
Yeah.
What do you do now?
What? I'm a transition specialist. I do work for the school.
What's that mean?
I work with students 18 to 22-year-olds that graduate with special diplomas that are disabled and just help them make the transition from high school to independent living.
Why do you think she would accuse you of this?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I came out of left field.
Anything that happened in the classroom or anything that you remember?
No.
Because this was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
How long ago was
She
it?
was in 4th grade. I'm not sure what she is now. She's high school now.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
you ever have to write her up or anything?
She was,
Of the
she
ordinary?
was, no. See, I know it was her first year at that school that year, but she was never in problems. That whole class was a great class.
Right.
Good kids, good students.
Is that the first teaching position you held? So what's your job history?
I'm teaching 18 years. I taught every grade from K through 12.
Where? What schools?
I did subbing K through 12 up in Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
I came down here and I did counseling for
In Pennsylvania, what county?
Lycoming County and
What is it?
Lycoming.
So obviously you know the allegation
Yeah.
is. Have you ever had anyone bring up anything like
No,
this before?
18 years of teaching has never come.
Okay. How about in another state? In
No.
Pennsylvania?
No.
Nowhere?
No. I have no history at all.
Okay.
I mean, no criminal history of anything.
So would you be surprised if other children came forward with
Yes.
the same allegations?
Yes.
So what were the control issues today? Like, what was going on with that?
What do you mean the controllers?
I thought you said she was trying to say something to you.
Yeah, she was accusing me of doing stuff every day in 4th grade to her.
Doing that.
Her and
It was confusing.
yeah, well, yeah. The last phone call I had both of them on the phone.
Okay, so they're both accusing you now.
Yeah.
Did any of that occur?
No.
Did anything happen recently to where you saw either of these girls or you brought up
Melanie
memories?
just friended me on Facebook recently, and that's how she got a hold of me, I guess.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
You talk to her at all on there? Or?
She sent me a message, asked me how I was doing. I said fine. And I really don't think there was much else. I don't think there was too much more.
Right.
I mean, it just happened like 3 days ago, maybe.
So she didn't make any of these allegations on Facebook or anything?
No.
So how did she talk to you then today?
She put in when she said doing fine, she said she was in class or something. She left her phone number. I didn't see it till later. So I texted the phone number and I said, I didn't see your message. I assume it was the message on Facebook. I didn't see your message. Here's my number. Text me. And she called me.
Mm-hmm. She called you? Did you have any other type of conversation with her?
No. Not since 4th grade.
Okay. So when was the first time she called you?
Today.
Today.
Do you know these girls' parents at all, or
Yes.
how do you know them?
Well, I don't know. I don't know much about her parents, but parents is Dr. And her mom helped out in school constantly. She was always around. The whole family. They have like 7 kids. It's a great family. They have like 7 kids, and they all went to the same school. And I taught her older sisters, so I knew that. I don't really know Melanie's family at all. I'm not even sure the last name.
Mm-hmm. So before the conversation on the phone today and the messages on Facebook, was there any other time of contact?
Not since 4th grade.
No text messages, no.
No, nothing ever. I wasn't even sure what school she was at.
Okay. Until,
It's on Facebook.
okay. So today you just received a call out of the blue from her? Is that fair to
Well,
say?
we had the switch in Facebook, those 2 messages, whatever it was, her message to me, my message back to her.
Okay.
And today I got the phone call. And she just started in on all this stuff. And I didn't know what to do.
What did she say?
She accused me of doing, and she was pretty graphic. She accused me of doing stuff every day to her in 4th grade.
Did she say what? I mean, graphic.
Some of it, yeah.
Like what?
She said that I made her look at my penis. She said that, and then the last phone call, she said that I made her do stuff to each other.
Mhm. So the first call though, it was just her?
Yeah.
But how long was the call? It's been how long?
Yeah, it was very long. I just sat there and dumbfounded.
What did you say to her?
I really didn't say much of anything. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I know just an accusation like this to anybody that's in the school, you're guilty until proven innocent. And
All right, so the first call is about what time, do you know? So Wednesday about 4, for about 20 minutes, you have a conversation, she makes some accusations today. And there were no text messages any time before that, or in between Facebook or anything?
no,
Okay. And then, what happens next? How do you guys end this phone call?
I told her I had to go to work and that I didn't know what to tell her. That I don't know what to say. If she thinks this stuff's happening, she needs to do what she feels she needs to do.
Did you tell her what that meant?
I told her she had no, not really, because honestly, I was a loss of words.
Why don't you just hang up on
I thought about it plenty of times, but I thought she was, I don't know, being nice.
her? Did she make any other accusations to you during this first call at 4 o'clock?
No.
Just between you and her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, so she called again?
Yeah.
Or you called her, or
No.
something else?
Oh, I don't know. She called me. I was on my way home. I missed the call. Then she texted me and said something about call me. Then she called me and we talked again.
Okay, so she called you back again?
I think so.
What time was
I
that
might
about?
have called her back. I'm not sure.
Okay, no big deal. What time was that about? Wednesday again, so,
I
right?
was going to say, I don't know. It was, I don't know, 10:30.
You said you went to work. Where did you go to work at?
Something like that.
It's night classes?
Well, it's not classes. I just drive around the golf cart and I lock up gates and doors.
Is it security or? What do they hold there at night?
ESOL classes and adult ed classes.
Full mixture, all schoolwork stuff or?
No, Soundtech's a charter school.
Okay.
It's a conversion charter school. So they have like tech classes, they have air conditioning, motorcycle, auto, stuff like
Mm. You do nail tech stuff?
that. They do.
Mm.
Well, they do cosmetology.
Mm. I have a friend that I think just moved to the client over there. Is it
Good
somewhere?
school.
Is it good? All right, so Wednesday, it's after class then? Is that why you get
After
the
my
time?
job, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, class is over after you walk out?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she calls again, and what happens this time?
She has a there and they're basically saying the same thing.
Okay. So Elizabeth wasn't in this one call earlier, okay? And what did I say?
Just the same stuff, the same accusations.
As the 4 o'clock conversation?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that, Venus,
Yeah.
anything else?
Well, that her.
Okay. How did you talk to both of them?
I wasn't saying anything. I didn't know what to say. I don't know. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. How long would you say this conversation was?
It seemed like forever. I don't know. 20, 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more.
20, 30 minutes plus, we'll do?
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else said in this call that rings a bell? Any accusations?
was just saying the same stuff and telling me that I need to apologize and accept responsibility.
What did you respond?
I didn't know what to say. I just was quiet. I didn't know how to respond to someone saying this to me.
Okay. So how did that phone call end?
I told her I had to go. It was late.
And then what happened?
That was it. I was going to run to the store, and I got out in my car and started it. Ended up here.
Okay. What store you went to?
Circle K.
For what?
Accidents.
So you don't have anything in your car to leave or go on vacation or anything like that?
No, I was
bag?
supposed to be in Belglade tomorrow morning.
What time?
I was supposed to be there at 9 o'clock.
What school?
And my assistant principal was going to be there.
Okay. So do you usually travel with all the stuff in your car? What's in it now?
Yeah.
So what's in it now?
It's school stuff. I've got files. I've got pamphlets, boxes of stuff. I don't know if the computer's in there or
The files and pamphlets for,
not for the program for the school.
okay.
And then there's also like a driver's ed book for students. There's I don't know, kinds of stuff like that. Just resources.
Okay. So why do you think this is coming up now?
I don't know. I don't know. It's taken me by surprise.
And you don't have anything that you think that you should be forthcoming with us right now? Well, today we spent the day over at the school. Over at Rosarian. And we spent the day solving the deaths because the allegations were that you were masturbating over the deaths. So I don't know if you're familiar with DNA.
Yeah.
But just kind of like your arms right here in the spot. You're leaving your DNA there. And that's kind of how DNA works. Touch DNA and semen are different, and they show up different in the was there any time that you were at the school that you did masturbate, that maybe the girls walked in or something to where you have any type of evidence down the road that shows up?
No.
Mhm. That stuff doesn't go away. I know it's been quite a few years. But it
Okay.
stays. I'm just letting you know. Because if something happened and they walked in and they saw that, I can completely understand that. I know it sounds crazy. I mean, I'm being honest with you. We work sex crimes. We see bad guys. We see really bad guys, and we see not so bad guys and things that kind of fall in the rocks. And sometimes that happens. But to have two girls come in here and describe your penis, I think somehow they saw the penis. To be honest with you, and they were dead set on that. So if something happened and it was innocent and it happened, that's one thing. If something else happened, if it was forced, if it was at a different level, obviously it's something different. I'm just asking you to explain yourself.
I don't know how to explain it. There's nothing to explain. I don't know what to say.
You're watching a video on your phone, if there's a video in, you're taking a break, you don't have any students in, and they walk in and they see something they shouldn't have. I mean, that's
I never masturbated at school.
mhm.
This is serious shit.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very serious.
that's it.
It's just rare that, two separate people from two separate families would have the same allegation without
They've
something.
been friends for years. They were best friends. I know.
Like you said, they don't have any ill will against you.
I didn't
They
think
don't.
so.
I mean, if you didn't do something to, make them angry,
Right, to
wake
start
them
it,
up, or, usually that's the case, but you said that's not the case, so we're trying to figure out, why they would come up with this.
I haven't spoken to either one.
Are you friends on Facebook with a lot of your former students?
Yeah, but I don't do Facebook a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't interact with many on Facebook. It's usually just, how are you? How's the family? They friend request me or something, and then that's it. There's no more conversations.
Okay, so they friend request you, you don't friend request them?
I'm sure it's both.
Okay, mutual. Okay.
This room is not.
It could.
It is. It already did. I'm just the accusation.
I'm just trying to figure a way out in my mind that makes sense.
I agree. So am I. I've been baffled with her phone call to begin with. I just don't know what to say to her. I don't know what to say about any of it.
We don't have anything that started it, as far as you know. We don't have anything in between there. You don't have any problems with their parents. And now all of a sudden,
Right.
it's come to light. There's some sort of missing piece to the puzzle here that we would like to know.
I agree. I'd like to know. They don't know my ex-wife, do they?
I don't know. What's her name?
Mary Deanna. Sometimes she goes by as Kennedy. Sometimes she goes by Sabatini.
17. What does she do?
She's a dental hygienist for the state of Florida. She was. I think she resigned.
Is there anything that indicates that they may have contact with her?
No, I'm just saying and that's the only thing I can think of at this point why this would come up now.
Do the girls know your girls, your children? Do they know?
I think so.
They're older.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be in
I
the
mean,
same schools.
They've been to Rosarian, but they didn't go to school there.
Okay. They don't have any type of personal relationship with any of them. How about anybody at South Tech or anything?
I don't think so. I wish. I wish there was something I could tell you that would explain it.
I just wish there was a way to explain it. And
I wish there was too. I'm 52 years old. I have nothing ever. I raised my 3 daughters on my own.
were you a victim of sexual abuse? Was that in your family or anything? How about drugs and alcohol?
No. There was pop.
Yeah, we don't sound like it. No. How about neglect or physical abuse?
My dad punished us when I was like 12, 13 years old. He went through a spell. But, my parents were at St. Jude's Ranch for Children. They've lived with over 3,000 children in their lifetime. It's gotta be fucking devastating.
Where are they now?
They're retired in Boise, Idaho.
When you said they raised, was that something you
They
did with
were-
them?
What's that?
Was that something you did with them? Like your family was there? Or?
No, they did this. They did this afterwards. So, matter of fact, right after I got married, they moved out there and took the job out there.
Why did you leave Rosarian?
Because they're changing the pay scale. You had to know, Sister Corinne,
Mm-hmm.
who was changing the pay scale to what she called the band system, which meant she'd come by and evaluate you, based on your evaluations, that's what you paid. And so it wasn't just me, there was other teachers that left since then. So,
Do you remember which other ones?
yeah, Molly Del Rey, she was the other 4th grade teacher.
She left the same one.
Her and I talked to her.
Do you know where she's at now?
Yeah, Molly Del Rey, Aileen Adley, and me all taught 4th grade.
Mhm.
and we all rotate. I would teach like reading and English. One of them would teach science and math, and one of them would teach religion and something spelling or something. So, you know, the kids would rotate back and forth between all the teachers.
So how many kids would you have in your homeroom class?
Well, that's I think they had 20.
20? That many at private school?
Rosarian was doing pretty good back then.
Jeez, no, I thought that was a benefit.
Rosarian is a top-notch school. I mean, it is clearly one of, if not the best in the county for at least elementary. It's a very good school. Very aggressive curriculum. It's a very good school. Try to picture this and figure out where the hell's the connection.
I'm trying.
But this is what sucks about it. If there's no connection, I'm screwed.
Well, that's why we're talking, because I want to find what the connection is here. And right now, we're giving you the benefit of the doubt, you know, just talking to you, not just hauling your ass over to jail. I would too. But I'm not seeing it now. Do you have any mental health history or anything like that? No drugs, no alcohol, no mental health, HIV?
No.
So they allow you to work on a program without that background medicine? I thought you had to be diagnosed.
No.
Drug and alcohol, so.
It's codependent, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part down.
Here's the thing, as you see, we're talking to you calmly, everything's cool, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not coming up with any type of connection. If anything happened, just let us know. We're the ones that are here. We can assist you in anything that we can, that we're able to. But we're here talking. And if something happens to bring this on, just let us know. That's all we're asking.
I don't know what happened to bring it on. I don't know why it came out of the blue. I don't know why now. I don't know why her. I don't know.
Both. Why both?
Why both?
Like I said, just let us know. We can deal with it. Okay?
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
How often were they under your desk together?
We had centers. So, we had centers and they could go different places in the room. One of the places was under the desk. But it wasn't just them. It was every single student in the classroom could go one, you know, and that's just one of many places. We had reading, we had a bean bag, we had the front with the, you know, we had different things.
All right, so you have reading. Where's that at?
I don't know. I guess they could read wherever they wanted. Probably on the bean bag too if they wanted.
Okay. Readings, one center, and then a beanbag's another center? Or this is one
It wasn't like you might be thinking like in typical elementary, you actually like have a table like this. It wasn't like that. It wasn't a big room at all. And, you know, there was like, I don't know, 20 students, and I forget the exact number. So you got to put 20 desks in there.
Okay.
So, you know, we had centers or free time. They would go wherever they wanted to go in the room pretty much. We had computers.
So was it structured?
Yeah, I mean, there were certain, it depends. I mean, there was times when it was free time, but they had to be doing something educational. You know what I mean? There had to be some kind of objective to what they were doing. They just couldn't, you know, go play marbles. You know what I mean?
No sex
Unless
ed.
they were counting it. You know what?
Sex ed?
No, I didn't teach sex ed.
Bring some light to this. Come on.
You know, yesterday I would have laughed at it.
Mhm.
Today I'm freaking worried as hell. I'm upset.
Well, I want to understand the side of your class because I don't right now. You have reading, you have beanbag, you said under the desk.
Well, under the desk wasn't necessarily a center. It's just kids ended up there at some point.
Okay. How
That
many
was
can-
one of the places that they went, as well as like under the computer table, as well as, you know, up front and wherever. Anywhere, as long as they weren't in their desk, I think, you know, they were happy.
Okay. How many kids can fit under the desk at one time? Your desk.
I don't know.
It looked pretty small to me. I wouldn't say we could fit more than two.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I guess.
Mhm. Were there any times that you kept Melanie Elizabeth out of Spanish class for tutoring or anything else?
They, I don't think there was Spanish before. I think it was French. They had
Mhm.
French class. I think they took French in elementary, and then they had a choice in middle school.
Was there any reason that you took those two students out of any class for tutoring?
No, they were bright students. They were A students.
So they didn't have a problem in any subject
No,
to keep or maintain that A?
no.
Who was their French teacher?
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember who it was. There was two different French teachers while I was there, and I can't remember. I can remember what they looked like.
No.
One was tall, thin, probably late 40s. She had like blondish hair. I don't remember if it was long or short. And the other was smaller. I think she was Spanish looking. I think she moved to Chicago. And she got married and went to Chicago.
What about Spanish teachers?
I don't think they had Spanish.
Were they at the school though?
Oh. So let's see. Maybe in middle school. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't remember. I don't remember Spanish at all. I remember French.
You know, the kids would go to French class. Is that like your planning hour, or how did that was that your only planning hour during the day, or?
Yes. Usually we only had the one period. That was it, from what I remember.
How long would you have? 50 minutes, an hour, or whatever?
Not that much. I don't remember. I mean, it was a while ago.
Okay.
But I know it wasn't much, and we had to walk into the class, and we had to also be there to pick them up. So I remember that was one of the things we used to always bitch about together.
Right. How far was that class from your class? Where you had to walk?
That one was close. French was the one between. French was right. French was by Molly Del Raymond. So if I was third, then French was in the middle.
You complain about walking that far?
No, it was usually the music company.
Oh, okay.
Teachers complain about anything that digs into their free time
Right.
because there's so much paperwork and crap.
French was right next door then, at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were there any students you had to teach or tutor?
No, well, I did tutor. I tutored students after school. That was it.
Would you during class though?
No. No.
Okay.
There's first of all, there wasn't time. Second of all,
Well, during your planning hour.
no, that was gold. Those moments. You know, we had time to go to your mailbox and check grievances.
Mhm. So Mrs. Medina, do you know that name?
That's wait a minute. Medina might have been Spanish. They might have changed French to Spanish
For the grade?
towards the end. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
So you don't recall ever taking Miss Medina's class?
No.
No.
What was Miss Medina say?
I don't know. Just ask her.
And if she says that you did take them out of class, then what would you say to that? Let's just say hypothetically. She said, yes, we took them out of the class. And we have these girls saying this happened. And we have Miss Medina saying, yes, we took them out of the class. How would we account for that?
I don't know how you do account for that. But I think like, I think, I don't know.
You were there. We weren't there. That's why.
It was a while ago too.
So you're saying you don't remember that? I don't want the words in your mouth.
No, I don't
But-
ever remember pulling anybody into agreement during French or Spanish or whatever it was that year. Or any class, music, PE, anything. When they left.
That year, who were your favorite students?
I liked them all. That was a great class. It was
Just
a
like
good
kids,
class.
they're all the same. You can't pick.
It was a good class.
Okay. So you did not have any favorite students.
No, I mean, it depends on what you mean by that. I mean, obviously there's some that are, actually that year, I don't think I had a bad class. The only ones I remember were kind of rough. Were in Miss Del Rey's class.
So what students do you remember in the class that you,
In,
your fourth grade class that you?
remember, I taught every single student in fourth grade because they rotated. It was like a middle school schedule.
But the homeroom class is
Homeroom, right.
who maintains the most time in the class, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you remember?
Well, it was Melanie Elizabeth.
Okay.
It was Will Avis, I think his name was.
Will and Avis? Or
No,
Will
this
Avis?
is Will Avis's name. I think Trip, Will or Trip. It might be Will.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sorry, this is a question.
no, it's not. It's not even that. I'm not even thinking about the names. I'm not even thinking that. I'm thinking that.
Let me ask you this. With your background in teaching and counseling, what is the protocol you learn if a student would talk to you about any type of sexual activity in general?
I have to report it. Mandated report.
Forget that. What, as far as notifications to family, to, would you tell anyone? Would you call someone and say, hey,
Yeah.
who would you call?
Well, I'd have to call the 800 number first.
That's a mandate.
I would tell my principal
Okay.
and follow what the principal says, but I would assume I would tell the parents, or at least one of the parents.
Did you try and notify parents today?
No, I didn't. I don't even know who the parents are. I do know the parents. I mean, not well, but I know who they are. And,
After her first phone call to you, did you think about notifying anyone?
yeah, I thought, well, no, actually, I wasn't sure what to think. I was in shock.
Okay.
I didn't know what to think and how to react, and I was on my way to the job, and
Did you think about it during your job? Because I think you probably would.
I did think about it all through my job. I didn't think about, like, who do I report it to, because she's accusing me.
Okay. Why do you call the police?
Because as a teacher, if you're accused, you're guilty. I mean, that's just the bottom line. If you're accused, you're guilty, and you have to go through the whole system, and it's just the way it is.
All right. So that first told you had no intent in notifying her parents or a principal or your best friend, or you didn't call and vent this to anybody.
Yes, I did.
Who did you
I
know?
called my girlfriend, Lynn Anselo.
How to spell
I don't want her involved either, but you can call to confirm
it?
this.
Okay.
Lynn, Lynn,
Okay.
Anselo, ANZALONE.
Okay. Where does she live? How long
She lives in West Palm.
Have you guys been together a while?
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah. And how old is she?
She's 48.
Do you have a phone number for her?
Yeah, but not only on the cell phone. That was another thing, by the way.
Cell phone?
Yes.
Is that the same phone that called you on?
Yes.
Mhm. notice. Anything else you want to add to this? If I can find it?
The West,
Yeah. There we go. Cell phone. What kind of phone was it?
T-Mobile,
T-Mobile? What's the phone number? To your phone?
57417.
And you don't know her number offhand?
No, it's underway.
It's under Lynn. Would you consent to a DNA standard for us to compare to any potential evidence located under the desk?
Personally, I would, yes. But I also think this is like, there's no answer, and I can't piece it together either. So I'm thinking at this point, I need a lawyer. I need to find out someone that can tell me and look at this for me, not nothing personal against you guys, but you're if a little girl came to me and said these things, I'd be heartbroken and go with her too. Like I have no one to give me advice.
Okay, well, we completely respect that and your rights, and we'll definitely wait and talk to the attorney. Okay? If you need anything, just knock on the door, and we'll be happy to put in a bathroom or anything like that, okay?
Use the restroom or anything?
Should I be doing that now or something?
Do
Like,
what?
am I gonna be like stuck somewhere and
Oh,
not
no, we just
be
wanna
able
make
to go to
sure,
the bathroom?
no, we just wanna make sure you're comfortable.
Oh,
You want you said your stomach was growling, you want
I think it was growing a
want an energy bar or
Something for
something?
you.
No? Okay. I just think that, all right?
Can I pace?
Sure.
Yes. Good.
Enough of you? Just quiet and turn around, just put your hands on your frame. You don't have any, you all did do the right?
No,
One second,
got it.
you took this everything. Just give me 1 second, you just gotta go up to your frame. There you go. Good there? No problem, just give me 1 second.